Is it just that you're concerned about the sentencing, or do you think there's more? What kind of impact do you think that decision on sentencing will have, or do you have other? Like, is it just about the messaging, or is there other concerns?
It's not messaging. It is her actual judicial record. Her record as a judge. She has a consistent pattern in 100% of the cases where she had discretion. She sentenced below the sentencing guidelines, substantially below the prosecutor's recommendation, and way, way, way below the average sentence of other federal district judges. That is a pattern, and it's a pattern that goes back 3 decades. In law school, her academic writing advocated for increased scrutiny and for striking down many of the important laws that protect against sexually violent predators. Laws like civil commitment laws that many states across the union, including the state of Texas, has passed. 30 years ago, she and I were classmates in law school. We were on the law review together. Personally speaking, she is bright, she is charming, she is talented, but her record is extreme, and it suggests a 3-decade-long pattern of advocating for very, very lenient sentences for violent criminals, and in particular for sex offenders. I think that is a deeply disturbing pattern.
Sorry, if you could just clarify, what specific consequences are you concerned about? How will it impact our nation?
I am concerned that she will vote over and over and over again to release violent criminals from jail. She will vote over and over and over again to overturn capital murder convictions, to strike down death penalty sentences. She will vote over and over and over again to strike down serious punishments for sex offenders. All of that is extreme. All of that is dangerous. And I believe her record indicates that she will be ideologically substantially to the left of any justice to ever serve on the court. I believe she will be to the left of Justice Sotomayor. She will be to the left of Justice Kagan. And I think she will be way, way, way to the left of Justice Breyer, the justice who she'll be replacing. Yeah.
To Senator Graham's point just now, the GOP takes a majority this year and there's a potential Supreme Court vacancy next year. What is your stance on whether and under what conditions Republicans will vote to confirm the Biden nomination?
Well, I think if we see a Republican majority in the Senate, it will have a very significant moderating effect on the Biden administration's nominees, not just to the Supreme Court, but to the federal courts and to the administration. The first year and a half, the Biden administration consistently has gone hard left. It has been the extreme radical left that has set the agenda. And that's part of the reason why politically they're in so much trouble, because the American people don't want a hard radical left agenda. I think if we have a Republican majority, we can expect substantially more scrutiny of Biden nominees across the board. And one would hope that will cause a moderating influence within the administration not to put up extreme nominees outside the mainstream.
And then just to follow up on some of the points you made on Jackson's record, what's your reaction, given all those points, to the fact 3 of your Republican colleagues are expected to vote for it?
Well, listen, every senator has to make his or her own choice. And it's not complicated that if you're a Republican and you vote for a Democratic Supreme Court nominee, especially if that Supreme Court nominee happens to be the first African-American woman to serve on the court, that all the good folks in the media will praise you, will discuss how you're a statesman, how you're wise, how you're enlightened. Amazingly enough, if a Democrat votes for a Republican nominee, you're never a statesman, you're never wise, you're never enlightened, you're a horrible traitor. Years ago, there was a dynamic on the Supreme Court that was referred to as the greenhouse effect. Linda Greenhouse, famously, was the New York Times Supreme Court reporter. And she would praise Republican nominees when they moved left and excoriate them otherwise. And the greenhouse effect was the effect of sitting justices to evolve to the left, to the left, to the left, to get the praise of the corporate media. It's not just judges. Unfortunately, senators are susceptible to that as well. All right, we'll do one final question. Yeah.
One of your House colleagues called Senators Romney, McCluskey, and Collins pro-pedophile for choosing to vote for Judge Jackson's nomination. Do you agree with that sentiment?
No, I think that's silly. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank